There, problem solved. Okay, there's no special guest, so I need to remove that. Sorry, like I said, I had no time to prepare. I ran into the house. I still don't even have, like, normal clothes, and it's a mess. Yeah, so anyways, 9 pounds, 13 ounces, yep. And
wait to see.
I haven't even got to see him yet.
Waiting for the stream chat to catch up. I see we are back on, and now they're saying...
Yeah, it's caught up.
Let's see if we've got audio.
No, audio's working. Yeah, I know it's working.
You know it's working?
Oh, yeah.
Because the guys can just troll us and be like, there's no audio.
No, they just said Gratz boat, so yeah, no, you know someone's paying attention, so...
Well, they're maybe saying Gratz because I told them about your nephew.
Boat is back. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, it's, I see you're, not wearing a red shirt. What's with the buttoning? Are you trying to, like, get, because it's so hot there you have to, like, rip your shirt off, but you have to wear clothes at least? Yeah.
They actually have it's fantastic out here. So I've been out here for E3. I'm in San Diego right now, and it's in the middle of a heat wave. It's going to be getting hotter and hotter out here, and so I figured that I'd wear black because that's a great color to wear in the middle of a heat wave. It will absorb even more heat than red.
That's a great idea.
But it's been an interesting period of days, actually. I mean, not only are we... so actually, now that people can hear you,
yeah.
But why don't you tell everybody about your nephew? Let's hear the story here.
Okay, so he was supposed to be C-sectioned out, nice and safe-like, on Monday, and then at 3 a.m. last night, it started... I guess it was time. The baby just said, fuck it, we're coming. So they had to rush her to the hospital with my brother and my father, and they came down... my dog all of a sudden just appeared in my room at 4 a.m. My roommate's like, yeah, we're going to the hospital. So I was like, okay, bye. And so this morning I got up like 2 hours later and ran to the hospital, and I've been there, and I had just finished setting my computer up this morning right as I went to the hospital, and I saw this new graphics card in, and it's not working right. Oh, it's working great, but I can't get my other monitors set up yet. So I'm running on one monitor, which is terrifying. But I was at the hospital, and he literally came out like 35, 40 minutes ago. And so I got the text blown up, say, hey, Laz is not going to be here, got to do the Meta show. So I was like, oh, well, he's bored. Good. He's okay. Good. Okay, bye. I drove home really fast.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm here now. So, but yeah, now I'll have a second nephew, which is cool.
More nephews, more better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting week. So we got E3 news because we've been running around like maniacs doing E3 stuff here, and we also I hear that a few things have been happening in space. Something about a big fancy toy seems to have gotten blown up last night.
Yeah. So last night, I guess you could say either yes. Oh, donation.
I've got a hole in my heart and need someone to fill it. Wait, that's not my heart. That's my.
He says, oh my god, that donation. It says, I've got a hole in my heart. It says, I've got a hole in my heart and need someone to fill it. Oh wait, that's not my heart, that's my... And the name of the donator was Shoot Cum McAkin Anus. Shivar's been doing these great names all week. He has like 3 of them he uses. Another name he uses is called Drink Cum McParchthroat. There you go, sponsors. Enjoy that one. Yeah, he decides to donate with that name right after Tryon Studios hosts us yesterday.
Actually, I don't know how that works from a Twitch perspective because, you know, we have these plugins for donations and things like that. We've got Twitch Alerts, right? Which is what
Twitch
we use.
Alerts, yeah.
And, like, you know, we have, when you're using a Twitch Alerts plugin, people can just, like, put stuff in there and it pops up on your stream, and I don't really know how that works from a, like...
You can't curse, so, like, he'll bleep out the curse word, but the way he's writing it, just, it works, I guess.
He's being clever. Well, let's not encourage, I mean, I guess we should encourage everybody to be donating, but that might just be getting us in trouble also.
No, it's okay, I already
weird
checked.
Thing. Like,
we're good to go.
But, so, tell us the story about what happened last night, because I hear that, unfortunately, our dear friends are going to be leaving Saarinen en masse, and also I hear that the certain people who are unique, special, and different, and the best progression rating guild in EVE Online had something happen to one of their fancy toys.
So last night, it was... We were, I forget what we were doing. Oh, like in the middle of the day yesterday, all of a sudden, all the Fortizars and the Asher Houses, whatever you want to call the mediums, start unanchoring in Saarinen. So pretty much every Citadel that was in front of 5-9 is all of a sudden unanchoring all of a sudden. No idea why, no idea where they're going or what they're doing. And then Tess contacted us last night and was like, hey man, there's a PL Fortizar in this system right near us. They want to use that Fortizar to farm us. How about you guys come help us kill it? And then in the middle of the night last night, Tess decides to show up with almost 300 dudes. Snuffbox came, CO2 came, and we showed up and blew the thing up with no contention. So Fortizar died last night.
So what PL Corporation was on the Fortizar?
I don't know. It was named after Elise. I know that. I can find the kill mail here. Yeah, just give me a second. Let's see here.
Oh god, maybe somebody in chat can actually help us out.
Yeah, I'll find it. Tell us about Freighter's boat. What about Freighters? Oh god.
Well, thank you, Luminal Flex, for subscribing for 13 months in a row. And it's been kind of interesting because we have been in. I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of disconnected for the last 2 days, 3 days because we've been doing tons of E3 stuff. I checked in and I saw that
it was Kilnok Conan, and it belongs to Habitual and Ethuenza, so Elise's Court.
Well, that's kind of curious. I don't really know about the NBC, of course, was never going to fight amongst themselves ever, 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 and so the idea... I mean, Test and Brave were sort of farmed to death by PL, who are the best allies in the world, and they're such good allies that they are always going to be blue with their friends, except when they're farming them and treating them like a battered wife. So, you know, Test, kind of like Brave, what PL had been doing, of course, is moving in and sitting on top of them, feeling invulnerable, and waving their dicks around with their big fancy super capitals before the Citadel nerfs came and took away the fancy spider tanking fun. So I'm a little bit surprised that because Test, just like the Brave guys, enjoyed having PL sit on their faces and beat on them and tell them that it was good for them for months and months and months. I'm surprised that they actually contacted us for help with blowing up this PL Fortizar, because I thought that everybody loved PL and that it was so much fun for Test, and that the proper way to play EVE Online was to be a member of Test or Brave or whoever, and then just sort of give PL all the content that they wanted on their terms.
Wait, is he sitting there? Hold on a second. We just got a donation from Space Mexican. Goes, how was E3 Mittens? Kisses. Is he sitting right next to you? Like, isn't he to your left? I mean, yeah, he's like, throw money at you. Why can't you just hand you a $10 bill? Like, just make it rain on the motherfucker. You have to donate it.
He's making rain over here. By
but anyways, so the interesting thing about that is Reddit blew up right after the thing died. Like, you're gonna have some bad screen quality. Deal with it on my or camera. But anyways, Reddit blew up. And what blew up the most is...
Giving us a shout out over here. We got Carneros, leader of the Bastion, is right over here to my left.
Yay! Hi, Carneros!
Right here. Boat says hi.
So what happened was, what was amazing about it is that all the Reddit posts were like Blue Ice going, this is revenge for what you did to me in Brave, and now when I was in Test, and we're just getting back at you. You will not farm us like you did in Brave. And like all the quiet, yes master, I'll work for you, Papa PL, are coming out going, look, we can beat you now, la 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 la. It's kind of hilarious.
Well, it's one of those things where I think there's so much like redheaded stepchild, battered wife, abused spouse sort of syndrome crap going on with these guys. It's funny because they spent all this time complaining about how the Imperium didn't fight their way and how they demanded, like children demanding a self-esteem trophy, they demanded that we play their way. And, you know, based upon that, if they weren't wretched hypocrites, we would expect our honorable enemies to nobly play the game that the way that PL wanted them to play it, because they wanted us to play it their way and PL's way. So why aren't they going to allow PL to set up their Fortizar and do to them what they've always done? I mean, I thought that,
what was amazing.
I thought that you had to play the game this way. You had to play it PL's way and the NBC's way, because otherwise you're bad. You're bad Goonies. And
well, what was amazing about this these threads is that there was another thread that came up that was like, you've done fucked up, Eve. You've killed the only bastion of hope that kept PL in check. And now that PL is free of the entire CFC stopping them, now they're just going to farm you guys endlessly for content with NC Dot, right? Like, you fucked up.
Well, yeah, that's their plan. I mean, that's what they desire.
That was their, I mean, that was the end game here, is PL gets all these guys together, NC Dot gets all these guys together. They wipe out what they consider the Imperium. They make it so that the Imperium can't handle them solo at the moment, and then go bounce around and farm, right? Go to Test and farm all Test caps, and then go down to the south and farm those guys. Vertigo says, PL will only take us on with help. They will never do what they are doing and did without the help of their allies. It is only meant to be played in the... Wow, that's hilarious.
Well, that is basically the case, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I get home on Monday night, and I've been away out here in LA and in San Diego now for a week. You know, I left last Monday to come out here for E3, and it's been interesting watching all this because every time I check in, I see more infighting and I see more all these sort of hypocrisies come to the fore because the ultimate goal of getting rid of Goonstorm and the Imperium has failed, and now they sort of need to go away. Now, of course, I don't know. I'll be curious to help these people hurt PL, I guess, but I'm not really sure. Maybe test. These guys, we should just let PL farm them.
It's interesting because
doesn't it? They should be giving them the content that they want. PL will be bringing the content that they deserve. So I don't know. It's kind of tough.
It's an interesting situation because you have a group like Test who have spent the last, I don't know, better part of 6 months telling all of Eve.jpg that goons are shit. Fuck goons. We're gonna burn goons to the ground. And within like a day of all these Fortizars being pulled up, they're going, hey goons, come help us. Hey goons, fuck PL. Let's kill PL. Come on goons. Come on goons. So it's kind of it's a hilarious situation to be in.
We should help PL. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. Like if they're going to treat
maybe PL needs help. You're right. Yeah.
Maybe we should come in on PL's side and you know, assist with the camping. I don't know. It's kind of tough to do because no matter what we do in that situation, people who are hypocrites get what they deserve, and I'm happy about that. It is curious though because it's happening so quickly. Like, you know, people were saying, "Oh, we'd stick together forever. We do all this," and we've been saying that we were just going to sit in Saarinen and not throw our super capital fleet into a wood chipper. And then the Citadel patch went in, spider tanking got nerfed really, really hard, and now they're all running for the hills and reaching out to us now to help each other kill each other. Snuffbox used to be NBC and is now actively killing NBC, like going after Tissue and vice versa. Tissue pulled out last weekend. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if PL leaves this weekend, but whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point.
It'll definitely be interesting to see what's happening going forward because in terms of Eve news, all of these Citadels up and disappearing all in one go is big, right? Because, you know, these guys had planned to farm.
This guy in chat, I love the rationalizations and the excuses. It's probably like, you know, watching humans do this little dance of rationalization, ex post facto. There's a guy here named Tom Heldgay saying the Imperium is dead, except that we're a coalition and we have allies, some of whom are here sitting right next to me, actually.
Yeah.
The Imperium as a coalition, we have a whole bunch of allies. You can say that the Imperium is dead because you're writing fan fiction. Like, you can try to say what you want to make yourself feel better. But the NBC completed their objectives by doing all this stuff. You watch the goalposts moving all the time. We say exactly what we're doing. We say what we're going to be doing week after week after week. We are consistent in our aims and our objectives. The tactics might change, but we've pretty much played out exactly as we said it would.
Well, it was nice. It was nice for us in the sense that I think we had like 130 people at 5 Eve or 4 Eve, something like that, to show up to help with the Citadel. Now, Test had a lot. I was actually kind of surprised at how many Test showed up with. Test showed up, like I said, almost 300 in Maelstrom fleet. And I don't understand what PL was thinking. Like, they're gonna drop a Fortizar, 2 jumps from Test's home at the moment, and expect it to be not bothered. After what they did to Test, the Test was moving in, you know?
Well, they're used to Test and Brave and all these guys.
Bending the knee?
Just sort of, well, I imagine that PL spent all this time listening to Test and Brave and the NBC talking about how giving them content and running into their guns was the way that the Imperium should behave. And so I imagine that they just expected that Test would be consistent and allow PL to set up the Fortizar in the name of content and the way that they, you know, they really genuinely feel entitled to. It's just kind of surprising when people stop drinking the same Kool-Aid, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's been pretty cool. What else have you been up to this week, Boat?
This week, for me, I reinstalled Archage for the first time. I haven't played that game in a very long time, so I've been playing it with Kid Color and my friend. And I've been playing the shit out of that and getting back into that. And they have a lot of new things for, like, returning vets. And I also got to try out some new stuff recently from TMZ, and that was hilarious. So I have this, like, fancy cape that has the Imperium sigil, and it looks like a scarf. So it looks like I'm wearing like one of those like Chinese like cape scarf things. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those.
When you log out, do you scarf quit? Do you just
no. Actually, that joke.
Put your scarf on angrily and then just leave. I'm so bad.
God damn, that's terrible. No, there's that.
If you can't quit with a scarf, what kind of good is that scarf?
Yeah, there's that.
Every scarf needs to be.
Oh, another donation.
We have defeated the CFC, and
NBC
I have
Jong
discovered
Un.
a unicorn cave with real unicorns in Encree. System. We are
Excellent. People are like
victorious
upset that
because
you're
of
laughing
my
and having
wise
fun.
guidance.
Oh, this
Why are you
donation.
always laughing?
Propaganda.
Why are you?
Why am I always laughing? Because I have fun.
I know,
It's a
it's
video
terrible.
game. Like we're having this
terrible.
meta show is mocking a video game, right? We mock the people
I've
in the
defeated
video
the
game.
CFC, and I've discovered a unicorn cave with real unicorns in North Korea system. We are victorious because of my wise guidance.
That's why I was laughing.
You know, it's tough with the CFC because the CFC we've started pointing out our enemies are really just the CFC dot, right? They are the CFC dot, and they hate that, which is why we always like to throw that out there. The Arcade stuff is pretty interesting. So we have always believed here by leveraging the media empire, the voice of the Imperium, TheMetaBoatShow, is we try to make it rain on the boys at every opportunity in terms of giveaways, in terms of free stuff, in terms of free stuff in games that are for our guys. You've been seeing this weekend we're having a streaming marathon for PlanetSide 2. Marconius Porkbutt has been, who of course is the leader of Karma Fleet, has been really gung-ho about PlanetSide 2 for a while, and we're introducing this weekend the fact that we are going to be also establishing an Imperial colony in, as it were, in Archaeage, and this is sort of our introduction. But you used to be involved in some pretty crazy Archaeage guild drama, didn't you?
Yes, and we're gonna try to avoid that this time. There's certain
we'll be in charge of it, so there's
certain SA goons in the past like to cause a lot of problems, and those SA goons probably won't be around, hopefully. So, yeah, it'll be more broad. I had a couple of guys in Pandemic Horde actually ask me if I was serious about playing it when I brought it up on I think it was Wednesday. I played it yesterday, and they're like, "Are you gonna really play?" And I was like, "Yeah, you guys can come too." So I mean, any walks of life is coming. I know this is the meta show about Eve, but Boat is deafening. Good. That's the whole point.
People are always gonna whine.
But yeah, back to Eve news. So, because of the lack of content in the north, our enemies are now fighting each other in honor fights. Last night, a Pandemic Horde Darkness honor fight occurred, where the title of the Reddit post afterward was, "Now that the Imperium is dead, we can get back to having fun in Eve again." Yeah, the look on your face, like, you're like, I don't believe that shit. What is?
We're gonna have fun.
The infighting's already happening.
We're gonna have some fun.
Test is using like P-Horde's becoming like the village farmer, right? Everyone goes to for food.
Crop.
Yeah, right. Everyone goes to farm them, right? And so you have like Horde taking fleets to Vale to get farmed by Test. You have Horde fleets undocking and getting farmed by Darkness. You have Horde fleets getting farmed by Oppression Fleet. You have capitals from Horde dying.
The Imperium does not exist. Nobody is getting farmed by us.
Tissue's been what's the really best one? The best one so far is Tissue showed up with a fleet of like 30 guys in like Dead Space fits ships, like really fancy small gang ships. And instead of Horde undocking what they normally do when someone shows up, which is this big fuck you fleet, they undock like 50 caracals, just get farmed. And it's just, I feel bad for the newbies in Horde because they're just the food of the North right now. And then you have. You also have a Reddit explosion now that the Imperium is dead, asking all the groups like MOA and the Pureblind Alliances to go farm X-Death because they're the next Imperium and they need to be killed, and we need to get you guys out there ahead of time and get to work, and getting mocked for that. So as far as the post-war Eve, it's been kind of hilarious. I don't know if you've been enjoying that, but yeah, it's been really funny.
I do think it's interesting because it's so predictable. I mean, this is the kind of things that we said was going to happen, and the time frame is so short for it. I mean, people's memories are so small, but when you have an echo chamber where people have this sort of democratic narrative of by voting for something, then we all voted this into happening instead of just reputation points, the sort of democratic framing of these echo chambers results in people really buying into their own crap. So the idea that the Imperium is dead and that we've all gone away and that we have no ISK and it's all hunky-dory. Like, imagine if it wasn't, at the end of Return of the Jedi when you have Ewoks celebrating and they're cute and cuddly little teddy bears going da-da-da-da-da, except it was a more realistic world and they were just teddy bears and then they just got all murder zoned. That's kind of what I'm imagining.
I wouldn't even imagine that.
Like, we won.
No, it's like the Ewoks win, but the Ewoks like come out of their shell as this gigantic monster that's here to rule the galaxy. You know what I mean? Like, you have PL as these cute, cuddly Ewoks to help win the war, but everyone thinks they're cute and cuddly, and all of a sudden they are these giant stormtroopers that are going to march along and just crush the world, Sorry, I'm perverting your words, okay? Deal with it.
I love you both.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not on drugs, I swear.
Wow, that's good, or it's something, but it's entertaining. Wow. I'm speechless. This so rarely happens. I'm knocked off my normal little
right.
Rush Limbaugh in space rants. I'm just imagining. I now have these visions in my head.
No one knows what the fuck
dreams of
Dang
PL Ewoks, stormtroopers, and I was trying to follow that, and I got nothing.
Riker's one of my favorite watchers of the boat show. He says, "Dang it, Mittens, why do you have to go making sense? Rip me in my alliance then."
Well, I don't.
He's a guy. He's in Spaceship Samurai. He's hilarious.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, according to Securitas Protector at the last Meta show we did,
right.
all of Slice, who is Solaris something or other, some random alliance that they stuck in Declan with only 800 dudes, is going to be able to stand against the entirety of the Imperium just fine, and that there's no need for the MBC.
The best part about that alliance is they dropped this new Fortizar. So speaking of Riker for a second, it was during one of my boat shows. We found an orca mining, an orca in an anomaly, and it was during one of my shows that we decided to kill it right at the end of the show. And Slice had this brand new, or not Slice, whatever the group's called, had this brand new Fortizar they were sitting on and playing on and having an alliance meeting. And Riker, who watches my show every week, didn't realize I was going after his orca and killed it. He comes out 5 minutes later and goes, "Fuck you, boat! That was mine!"
Well, that is pretty cool, though, guys. I mean, he's a subscriber and he is donating, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's fun.
Pulling up his...
Oh, look, it's Sapporo Jones, the puppet master, or not puppet master, puppet of the master, Elise, in the show today.
Well, I think he just needs a better scarf. I mean, we've got scarves coming up for Arcade, and then if that would allow him to, join the rest of his leadership. Scarf! Quit! I'm out!
Alright, but anyway, but here's my thing, though. So Eve had a new announcement this week, so we'll move forward here instead of mocking all these idiots. Let's move forward.
Do we have to? Can we
No, I mean, as much as I'm enjoying mocking Sapporo and them, let's move forward. So Eve announced this week they are nerfing fighters. Fighters are going to be more focused on the little miniguns that shoot things, not the rocket barrage.
I thought from a Reddit post that was very long from a PL guy who is all the Galaxy's friends and the best elite rating guild in EVE Online, that carriers were perfectly balanced in the fact that they had done more damage than any other ship class since they were introduced in the Citadel patch, was just a sign that everybody else needs to get good and provide them the kind of content that they all deserve, along with their self-esteem trophies and
so
stars.
The end game plan.
What is that? How did people? Why on earth would CCP nerf
carriers? It's getting even better. Hold on. So CCP is nerfing fighters. It gets even better than this. We'll get to that. So they're nerfing fighters, and the reason is they don't feel that fighters should be able to hit frigates that well or apply the damage to frigates that well. So they're fixing that aspect of fighters. The new fighter, Rocket Barrage, will not volley frigates. It'll barely hit them like a torpedo. Do almost no damage. The focus is now going to be instead on things like, I am reporting the stream for pornography. The stick figure has a penis. Guess who probably drew it? Could it be? It's Satan. That was a donation of $5. Thank you for your donation. Yes, keep giving donations. This is a poorly drawn stick figure. I'm sorry that it looks like a penis. But anyways, so Church Lady, wow.
It's actually a tail. It's a tail. I mean, it's a vestigial.
Yeah. But anyways, as I was saying, so the fighters being nerfed.
Don't tail shame. Don't tail shame.
CCP is now back down on their tight triage and siege mode invulnerabilities and bastion mode invulnerabilities. They're now invulnerable when they're in siege mode. So like if they go into siege, they can't be ECM'd anymore. The same with
the E-War.
The E-War immunity has been back down. Like, so for at first it was like, okay, you can E-War them and you have a chance to E-War them and you can fuck with them that way. Now you can't. And that's coming soon. And there's a couple other little small things. But the fighters are a big deal. It's going to change the way those fighters handle, like, frigate gangs. Because right now, like, you can see 10 carriers could be sitting on a medium citadel with their fighters and defend it against anything, right? Like, they do a really good job. Have a couple facts with them. And if you've got that defense of the Citadel, no caps are going to drop because the Citadel's going to eat the caps, right? And so it's an interesting change. And I'm curious to see how rest of Eve.jpg deals with that. A lot of people are excited, especially solo PvPers. Like the little guys that stream Eve, they're really happy about.
Well, I got to watch Chester's face on one of his streams when he was sitting there. He was having a good fight. It was sort of an interesting thing where he's like having I think he was using a Scythe Navy, a Scythe Fleet.
Scythe Navy, yeah, got Alpha by Archon.
Yeah, he's like sitting there watching it. No, it was a Thanatos, and he's like having a fight with somebody else, and then like there's a relatively like solo group of people soloing against each other, and he's doing really well, and he's really engaged doing what he does. Great guy, Chester. I actually met him a couple years ago at FanFest. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was Chester. I was like, oh hey Ben, whatever, nice to meet you, blah blah blah. And then yeah, just watching him do his thing, get really in the zone, and then just all of a sudden, fight over. Everybody died because some random person with a Thanatos just used their alpha ability. But I don't know, there's so many words spilled by Generic Elite Rating Guild about why this is all wonderful and special and how everybody is wrong. So I'm surprised, just like I'm surprised to see Test not giving the Generic Elite Rating Guild the kind of content that they genuinely deserve as people, that they deserve to play in the sandbox their way, to give them what they want the way they want.
I was surprised that Test pushed really hard on this like big CTA to take out this Fortizar. I kind of expected them to show up with like Caracals and do like an honor fight with PL over it, and then be like, okay, the thing got on, the thing went online, but you know, who cares at the end of the day? Let's just keep going back to farming and honor fights. So that was something I definitely expected.
This is going to be fun all the way around. It's going to be good to go back into Madison, and
it's going to be a fun couple of weeks.
We have no coalition. We have no Imperium. The goal was never to destroy Goonstorm. It was just to teach us a lesson. And now the galaxy is different, and everything will be okay because we have
honor fights are for morons. I agree, Shiro. I don't believe in honor fights. Another thing that's kind of interesting. With them pulling down all their citadels, they are moving into the second station. They're not even moving into 5-9. They're moving into 5-12. Okay, what's next for them? Because I know the Alliance tournament comes up. I don't know if you heard about this. On Thursday, they announced that the Alliance tournament is being pushed back. There was a post about this. I didn't get that confirmed yet, but I had like 5 different people telling me that it's pushed back due to PL not being ready in time. So they had to push back the Alliance tournament. So I'm curious. You know, when the Elite Rating Guild can't make it on time, they've got to push it back a few seconds.
Wow.
So we heard about that on Thursday. Don't know how confident I am in that being real or not, but so.
Well, that's just all of it is tragic. We'll see. I mean, I have so much more free time on my hands now that we have nothing going on in EVE because we're all defeated and it's all over and the Redditors won and everything is fine. And
Goons will be in the Alliance tournament, by the way. I'm going to be applying Goons myself. I'm going to pay for it myself.
That's good.
And we're going to show up in Rifters and laugh at them.
So I don't actually end up accidentally. Well, the thing is, you can't just like apply to the Alliance tournament and get in. Like, I don't know whether they're doing it.
Well, I'm going to use my secret PL contacts. And I'm going to be like, hey.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, you use your Plex to like get into a bidding system at least last year, and like you sort of have buys to see, unless you want to really throw tons of money at it. Goonstorm has never cared about the Alliance tournament ever because we only care about large-scale macro-level shit. But usually somebody will be like, hey, let's do a thing in the Alliance tournament, and I'll be like, okay, whatever, and then it's an Alliance tournament, whatever. But it's apparently a big deal. It determines whether you have bragging rights about something, and where like I think your penis grows or shrinks based upon how well you do in the Alliance tournament. That's just what I hear. I mean, if you're in the Alliance tournament, it's a thing.
Right.
But yeah, it's good stuff. Interesting all the way around. I keep hearing you. What are you focusing on now? Are you?
I have to do. Well, I'm gonna be playing PlanetSide after this for a couple hours.
That's right.
I've got this new graphics card, and I want to see how well it handles non-potato mode PlanetSide. So I have in the past I had these two 560 Ti's. They're 4 years old. Now I've got this 5-month-old like super graphics card. This thing's like a monster. So I'm really excited to see how this handles it. Last time I played it, I had to play potato, and I didn't like it. It was boring as fuck.
Potato. Excellent.
Yeah. So, anyways, in EVE, yeah, it's kind of getting to the usual summer routine. That's another thing I think CCP is a little worried about. Maybe they're not talking about. There's not a lot of hype about the summer. You usually, like this time last year, it was everyone's getting ready for summer. Everyone's off school. Everyone's off on holidays. Let's have fun. Let's play EVE. This year doesn't feel that way. This year it just feels like meh. Right? There's no drive in the game right now pushing us through the summer, and I think it's starting to show in numbers. Like Zkillboard, the average number of people from every alliance is down almost 30% from all the alliances involved, from NBC, Goons, all of it. It's just there's nothing exciting now. Like the war's over. Okay, now what? And I think that's what we're starting to see. And all these alliances are blue to each other. I mean, yeah, sure, they've reset each other, but them being blue for no serious reason
CFC
at all.
I mean, that's
right? Yeah, it's the CFC. Yeah, it's just it's the same. It's the same thing we did, except for we weren't
hypocrites
about it. We came out and said, "Hey, we're blue to all these guys. We don't care about the content. We'll make our own content." They're all blue to each other, and they're going, "Oh shit, we're out of content. Now what do we do?" Right? They're just lost. Like, they have nobody to shoot. Well, what do we do? We can't leave here because we'll get killed.
You could go make your own content. I mean, we find content our way, and we do things our way. That's how we've always handled things, because that's you know, it's a sandbox game. You can play any way that you want. The idea that has cropped up here that these guys are trapped in is that they don't realize it's a sandbox. Like, they say that you have to play a certain way. They accuse us of trying to force them to play the game a certain way, but then they're locked into this thing where they're like, oh, you know, you have to play with this, the honor and good fights. Like, you know, I got to see, like, Test and Horde don't really do honor fights anymore because they're finding out the hard way that honor fights actually suck, and of course they're not actually respecting the rules of honor fights anyway because people want to win. But, you know, if I was in a not blue but blue coalition, I mean, I don't know. There's just so many levels of hypocrisy and contradiction that you have to get through before. I don't
understand how these people function though. It's a video game, right?
Cognitive dissonance.
Right. It's a fucking. I mean, it's a video game, right? When you play a video game, you should not have to lie to people about your intentions, because it's a video game. My intentions is to blow you the fuck up. I'm gonna come blow you up. If my intentions are to be friends with you, I'm gonna be friends with you. I have no problem saying this. A lot of people seem to like want to hide what their reason is or what their intentions are in the game. It's like PL does this a lot, where they'll be like, okay, we're blue to you, and then they blow you up, you know, or we're not gonna farm you Test, and then they farm Test and Cursed up until this war. You know, you have things like that. That have been happening, so I just, it's always confusing. I've played Eve now, what, almost 9 years, a pretty long fucking time, and I've dealt with these people a long time, and it's still confusing. 8 years in.
You know, it's just sort of weird when you have basically like the Eve equivalent of like the high school jock who manages to get the little nerd to do his homework for him and convince the nerd that they're like buddies or whatever. Hey man, do my homework, and then we'll still mock him. I mean, that's basically what PL does to the Tests and the Braves and all these people. It's kind of ridiculous.
So someone's saying there's a big fight that happened in Saturday night. I have not been home. I have. Okay. So there was no big fight in Saturday night. What happened was Laserhawks did like their own little charity roam, where they came out of wormhole space into 0-0. And when they came out of wormhole space into 0-0, they decided to host their fight in Saturn, where immediately PL, NC and their pets fought Laserhawks. So it was basically PL, which is, they own Laserhawks, fighting PL, the 0-0 version, in Saturn, tried to make it out like it was some big fight between goons and all.
Does PL actually own Laserhawks? Because PL's more like Hard Knocks than Laserhawks. I think Laserhawks.
Well, Hard Knocks was there. Yeah, it was the Wormhole CFC.
Hard Knocks are PL.
Yeah, it was Hard Knocks, not Laserhawks, but Laserhawks was there. Most of the kills was Laserhawks, the big kills. But yeah, it looks like it was Laserhawks, Hard Knocks, and Out of Soundbite, which is the Wormhole CFC, the group that dropped the Keepstar. Looks like they had
if it's
honor
Wormhole
brawl.
CFC what do we just call it, like CFCW?
CFCW, yeah. They've always referred to themselves as the Wormhole CFC. That's how they call themselves. So Hard Knocks is PL. So basically what it is, they did charity roam. Not so much a charity roam.
Charity.
Well,
charity. Like,
one of the leaders.
This crap.
One of the leaders in Wormhole Space was one of the people that was killed in Orlando. So they decided to do a little party, like send-off thing for their friend, and they came and wanted to die. Yeah, so that was cool. It was the fact that they held it in Saturn under the guise of everyone's going to show up to fight, when in reality it was just PL versus PL. It was kind of hilarious.
That sucks. I didn't know that our community lost somebody in Orlando.
Yeah, there was a Reddit post about this week. You weren't here, so you wouldn't know about it.
I was doing the whole.
Yeah, it was according to the Reddit post. I'll find the link here in a minute. I get in trouble if I link links to Reddit. You guys can find it. Not a charity roam. I was joking about charity roam. But what happened was, I guess the BDSM community lost a few people in the Orlando area that play Eve, which was very.
LGBT community, not the BDSM community?
Well, no, they said it was the BDSM community. They were part of it. Yeah. Don't ask me. I don't make the post. I just read it. So, yeah, no, I'm looking at your face going, what the fuck? But yeah, that's what they said. Let me find the Reddit post here. I'll link it. I don't care if I get in trouble for it. Let me find it. Wait, why did someone just... What the fuck? But anyways, that was their plan. Their plan was to come in, die, and well, they did. So that was the whole point of that. So, yeah. So it's been an interesting thing. An interesting thing.
Well, it's better to live in interesting times than boring times all the way around.
Yep.
It's going to be curious to see what happens when all of these citadels, which are of course never going to be removed, are removed. We'll have to see whether the dear old people leave Saarinen this week in terms of fueling up their supers and getting out. Normally move ops are done on a Sunday, but regardless, it shouldn't matter that all that much one way or another, because if
I just
already
linked it.
Angling to go after tests,
right.
It's
I just linked it in chat, and the guy replied. One of the top comments is one of the guys in Hard Knocks. He says, after a few days after this happened, the attack in Orlando then happened. In a night, I lost 2 members of my local BDSM community and over a dozen friends. So yeah, that sucks. So yeah, that's that thread. If you want to go there, hopefully I don't get banned on Reddit again, because they tend to ban me when I link threads, but I don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's why they came to Saarinen. I don't know why they held it in Saarinen. Maybe because PL asked them to. It's a Hard Knocks post, so it's possible that Hard Knocks being PL just came to PL and decided to fight each other. I don't know. I wasn't involved. I wasn't home, so. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't realize this. I'm just reading it right now.
Yeah, so yeah, that happened. I mean, Hard Knocks has always been really cool. It's interesting too about Hard Knocks is, even though Hard Knocks is PL, it's like a better PL, because they've always been straightforward of, we don't want you in wormhole space, we're going to remove you. If we want you in wormhole space, you can stay. They've been kind of like how we treat people in 0-0. Hey, we want you to be friends, you can be friends. If we want you dead, we could kill you. Whereas PL is the almost like the opposite of how they treat it. So it was cool to see Hard Knocks show up. I guess according to Jabber PM, a couple people had fun, so that's cool. So, anyways,
yeah, it's a shame. Like, the thing is that the EVE community, as it gets bigger, and this is something that hits close to home in general, because as we get larger as a player base as a whole, and as everybody gets to know each other, whenever there is a terrorist attack or something like that, it's always that worry of, like, did we lose somebody? We lost
I went.
We almost lost people in Paris at the Bactalan. We obviously lost people in Benghazi. It's just
whenever I don't usually go on Facebook too much, but I did check after the Orlando thing, because I'm from there. I lived there for 17 years, and so I had to check and make sure none of my friends were a part of that, and it was like going through the list of 55 names, going, do I know him? Do I know him? Do I know? Okay, good, I don't know anyone. So, I mean, yeah, that was a little terrifying. I called my best. Well, that morning, too, it was terrifying, because I've been to that club. It was at Pulse Nightclub. I've been there. I think my best friend was supposed to go out that night. He still lives in Florida with his girlfriend, and he was supposed to go out, and I called him that morning when I heard about it. I didn't hear back from him. And then I texted him. I didn't hear back from him an hour. Like, I was in the middle of the gym working out going, oh, God, please don't be part of that, because I had no idea what kind of situation it was or anything. But yeah, so good thing it wasn't. And so yeah. Life.
I mean, we throw a lot of goon parties in general, like Imperium meetups and things like that. Often end up going to clubs like that. At least in Madison, Wisconsin, you have LGBT clubs that are open to straight people, obviously, and are very friendly, and everybody just does whatever. And so it's tough when you go to places like that on the regular, and you have to. I haven't really thought about it because I haven't been in LA since that happened, but let's talk about something EVE related, such that it's not quite so miserable. There is a spiral of angst.
I don't mean it to be.
It's on live TV. That's fun. That's what everybody comes to the Meta Show for. I need to be angry and like piss people off as opposed to whatever.
Be caring. You're not supposed to have a caring boat, Mittens.
Yeah,
how dare you?
I have very few bits of sympathy left in my cold black heart, but
right.
Yeah, well, they know they're.
Anyways,
so
go ahead.
You go first, Boat. You were
no. You said you wanted to talk about EVE stuff, so
I want you. I want you to go into. You take us away from the misery.
Yeah, so I mean, it's an interesting situation in EVE. Like I said, that who knows what's going to happen going forward. I'm more curious to see how certain groups treat it. Like, if it is indeed true that everyone's leaving Saarinen, okay, why would they leave Saarinen now? Why not leave in a month or two? You think you have the goons almost dead. Why not see it through? Like,
we're not almost dead. No. We're already dead. We're
already
dead. The experiment is over. Okay. Nothing is happening here. Nothing to worry about. So they might as well go their separate ways. And in the name of honor, really, they should just let PL put citadels up in their staging systems, because they're all the bestest of friends in the CFC dot. And they believe in content being delivered to their doorstep, so why wouldn't they want PL?
Right, and I don't think PL would ever abuse their relationship with friends to farm
Absolutely
them.
Not.
No,
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think so either. So. Did you people expect you to act like Hitler in a bunker when shelled by the Russians? Not really. I would more like, I'd probably relate myself to the guy standing out in the bunker celebrating, you know, doing a happy dance.
People actually, Shrar is right, is that I read that a whole bunch, like from a bunch of Redditors sort of fanficking about what they wanted to see me doing or reacting through the war, even though it's like, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to start infighting, then you're going to start going, oh god, I'm actually getting abused like a redheaded stepchild, this is not any fun, why isn't my content being handed on a platter? But what they wanted is to have basically some sort of downfall video, like, oh, you've destroyed our empire, oh, we're beaten. As opposed to, you've got no stamina, you've got 2 months, so you'll turn on each other because your ADHD is shit, and have no stamina, and that's exactly what's happened. That's
exactly what's happening. You're in your bunker right now, Mittens. You're in your bunker right now with all that alcohol and sunlight, and
it's awful here in San Diego.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I mean,
you're suffering so hard
at the moment. Like, we're not on the yacht. That's how we've had to downsize.
Oh, hey, Gold Snake. 19 months resubscribe.
Patio and like and pool party instead of being on the yacht. It's a shame. You know,
19 months. Do they have a club on site? Yeah, they probably do somewhere. Just you know,
San Diego actually has a fantastic club scene. The last time I was out here, we're in the middle of, like, in between doing like space politics and meeting up with Thoric and Carneros. I did actually get a chance to go out with some of my friends to check out the San Diego goth industrial scene, which was fantastic. They got a great club night at Numbers a couple times a month on Saturdays called. What was it called? Club Sabat, because almost every goth industrial night everywhere has some sort of Sabat reference in it, no matter what city you're in. But it was awesome. I was surprised how great the sort of club scene is in San Diego.
I have never been to an industrial club. I've always wanted to go to one, but I've never. There's not really.
Have you seriously not been to an industrial?
No, I've been.
For how many years?
I've been. Well, I don't know what you would consider an industrial club. Like, I've been to the gay clubs with you guys, but I've never. I don't know where the fuck I've been. So
yeah, if I take you to an industrial club, you would know it because
then I probably haven't been to one. I've always wanted to.
Black and
yeah. Okay. So I've never been to one. Yeah, we'll have to go. I'm coming to Summer Swarm, so we'll have to find
Summer Swarm, I can take you. Also, in Vegas this year is going to be really awesome.
Oh, there you
go.
I'm
really excited about Vegas because Vegas is Halloween weekend.
Yes, and guess what I'm wearing for a costume.
And what are you wearing for costume?
So I made a deal with someone that if I reach my weight loss goal, which is looking like a possibility, I'm wearing the banana hammock that Borat wore, and my boat hat. And I know the look on your face going, oh shit! But you know the brown outfit he wore. I am literally going to walk into the
when you say the banana hammock, what you actually mean is like the V Speedo that just
yes! I'm going to wear the boat hat, that, and I'm going to walk into the Eve meet just with that.
I'm going to need more drugs for that.
But I already said I had to wear. I had to reach my weight loss goal, and if I do, I'm doing it, man. I'm gonna fuck.
I have.
Start eating, please.
I got nothing.
Hey, man. I can worry about it.
The image of that in my head, I can't unsee it now. Because the thing is that I don't know what your weight loss goal looks like. So I know you. I know what you look like right now or relatively recently. And
yeah, right. Yeah, it ain't gonna be like that. No, it ain't gonna. I ain't gonna look like that.
Is this that psyops thing? Did LJ Russo?
No, it'll be.
This is like psyops.
The goal
trying to like make my brain leak out my ears or something like that.
The goal
is that what this is?
I'll donate $1,000 to you to wrestle the Matani and put it on YouTube. If you wear that, I'll donate $1,000 to you. Wow. I'm gonna have to wear it. But no,
but yeah,
yeah. If I mean,
it'll be over quick. He used to be a champion wrestler.
Yeah, I did it for
wrestler.
I did it for 9 years.
State champion wrestler wearing a banana helmet covered in blue. This is getting.
Anyways, we're getting a little off topic here, but yeah, I am going to. So I have a lot of Eve events I'm going to here.
Mittens, your face was priceless.
Mittens, your face was priceless.
I think I'm going to be going to Amsterdam this year. So it's going to be an interesting 1-2 punch because I've got the Halloween weekend in Vegas. Now, I have been partying in Vegas for years and going clubbing in Vegas, as one does, because I love to club. Which is still a weird thing to get, having these like random like Redditor types trying to shame us about, like, oh my god.
Hey, there's a dude behind you.
Oh my god, look at you. Say hello.
Hello.
Sped says hi, guys.
Hi, Smedley!
Oh my god, that's
sorry.
piercing girlish shriek in my ears.
Smedley is like the...
Hi, Smedley!
Smedley's like the most awesome dude to hang out with. It's great.
Yeah, no, we were rolling around in E3. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
but yeah, no, Vegas, October, Halloween weekend, and then we're gonna have Amsterdam after that, just 2 weekends after that. So it's gonna be Vegas and then Amsterdam, and you know, it's tough. I suffer so. You know, I've got to go to interesting places, meet interesting people, and I'm obliged to go clubbing and party, just kind of like I am right now. So I am glad that there is so much sympathy out there from our enemies talking about.
Yeah, and see, the funny thing is, I'm going to be interested to see how Vegas goes, because there's all these people that hate Boat and want to see Boat physically abused, and they're going to be at Vegas, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But no, I'm excited. I've never been to Vegas. I'm not a gambling person, but I do like to party, and so that's going to be a ton of fun.
I enjoy watching people gamble. So Steel Horse is asking a good question, which is, did Gommel do his E3 thing yet? Gommel is, of course, a goddamn hero, and Gobbledox is one of the major streamers here at TheMetaBoatShow.
Right.
And he is going to be on a panel at TwitchCon in San Diego.
Yeah.
So he's not at E3, he's going to be at TwitchCon, and we're really proud of both him, and it's really cool that Twitch is recognizing disabled gaming, and in general having him up there. I think that's just great for Gobble, and we're really proud of him and really thankful for Twitch. And also, I just think it's really cool that you know, people are recognizing. You know, people didn't even realize that you could play.
This is great.
Games just as well.
So someone
and
says,
he's going to be streaming for us later tonight. He's going to be playing some Planside too.
Someone just said, "Why is this streamed under Eve and not a gaming talk show? This is not gameplay. Reported for TOS violation." We've been always streaming the Meta Show under Eve. We've always done that. We've never not set it to Eve. There's never been a complaint about that, as far as I know.
Oh, that would just be terrible. I mean,
yeah,
we have if that's kind of one of those things where I guess you could go like report it on streams and things like that, and I've seen that in other people whining about Twitch streams, but you know, when we're talking about having one of our streamers on a panel invited and managed by Twitch themselves.
Yeah, so how does that work? How can you break the rules and be invited to do things?
Best of luck.
Hey, did someone call me? He's in the chat. That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, actually,
so yeah.
Accessible Gamer is going to be streaming as part of our marathon tonight. So what you're going to see here, guys, and I know Boat was like, oh, we need to move this back to talking about Eve. How dare we talk about E3?
No, we got to go forward because we're almost out of time, and we got to go into a Planside stream. So.
Okay. Very good. Well, I guess we are at about the end point, aren't we? Everybody's laughing here on the patio. We have all sorts of things going on. Where you guys? Did I get photobombed a little bit?
Yeah, they photobombed it.
Just a bit. Did you move the camera? Is that what happened?
No. He's just.
We get Willie over here on stream and show everybody that we're having an audition for Chippendales here. I brought one of my male models.
Oh shit!
In the just a little. You know, we just want to add a little beauty to it otherwise. Man, I wish I had an ass like that.
Oh
but
God,
the night is young. The night is young. We can always hope and dream.
Oh my God!
You see how we suffer here in San Diego. It's
man!
Like, you know, we've been kicked out of the yacht. We don't have that this weekend. We just have a bunch of VR rigs. We've got 2 Vives or Vives.
Look at it! Look at Chad blowing up with. Oh my God, he's so hot. I want him.
He is hot. He is really hot.
Right,
I was like,
so just so you're aware,
I don't want to do the work. I don't want to do anywhere near the work to have that. If I can snap my fingers, and
that's my goal.
I do it, but that is a lot of work, and I am a very lazy man.
Yeah. See, I used to look like that, and then I lost that.
You still look like that.
I got pictures of it. You don't believe me?
You still look like that.
Yes, not even joking.
You used to look like that.
Yes. That's the goal. You laugh. All right. Wait till you see me in Vegas. You laugh,
so
but I'm being
serious. You're gonna look like that in Vegas, and you're gonna be wearing a banana hammock. You're gonna rock the banana hammock and the hat and the Captain Hat. Right?
Yep. Hey, you'll see. I mean, you'll see me at Summers Farm. It's a lot. I'm not as fat as I was. I mean, I'm already down almost 40 pounds, dude. So.
All right, it's gonna be awesome tonight at this party because even though we are suffering because we're not on the yacht, it sucks. I know. We do have male models to help liven things up a little bit more. We've got 2 VR rigs, which is awesome, and it's a full moon tonight, and we have a bunch of scotch. It's gonna be a scotch night here. Lots of fancy tequila, and the Imperium doesn't exist, which is why we totally don't have the leaders of the Bastion here. Carneros and Sky Marshal Cody Marome is here as well. So it's going to be a big party, and we'll just have to cry ourselves to sleep somehow. I don't know how we'll handle it. The mental image of you wearing the hat and the banana hammock, I'm not aroused, but I am. It's the abyss. Staring
You're scared.
I guess it's staring back. Yeah. I'm stunned. I got nothing. So I guess we're gonna ring off here, and we're gonna go on to our next event, which should be fantastic. So stick around. We're gonna be streaming all day, and then later on tonight, PST, from I think around 9 o'clock PST onward, it's just gonna be a live stream. We got a GoPro set up there to show the madness which is gonna be happening here with Full Moon at the San Diego streaming party, and there'll probably be embarrassing footage of people trying to use VR rigs. And possibly while drunk and maybe not fully clothed. We'll see how it goes.
All right, well, stay here, guys. I'll be back in like 10 seconds with the boat show. So, bye, guys.
All right, bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
See?
You are about to receive messages that may be harmful to your mental state. Your sense of reality will be questioned. Your view on things will be altered. You are now part of the meta. The meta controls everything. The meta determines what will and will not happen. You are watching The Meta Show.